Welcome back. My name is Patrick, and this is the Oilers Rundown. On today's Oilers Now, host Bob Stauffer went over a potential trade scenario that would see the Oilers acquire Patrick Kane. So keep in mind, it's pure speculation, but the return does make sense. Here's how Stauffer sees the trade going down. To the Edmonton Oilers, Patrick Kane, with 50% of his $10.5 million salary retained by Chicago, making him a $5.25 million cap hit. Kane is a UFA at year's end. To the Chicago Blackhawks, Jesse Puljujärvi, who is currently signed to a one-year $3 million deal. He's an RFA next summer. Warren Foegele, currently signed to a two-year deal at $2.75 million per year. And Edmonton's 2023 first-round draft pick. Moving Puljujärvi and Foegele clears the cap needed, and of course creates a roster spot for Kane on right wing. We know nothing is imminent on Kane, and there's no guarantee that he comes to Edmonton or even wants to come to Edmonton. But the speculation around Patrick Kane has continued, and when you look at this potential top six, how do you not get excited? Stauffer mentioned you could also bring a third team into the mix to lower Patrick Kane's cap hit even further, which sounds good in theory, but that means you also now have to dish out assets to two teams. It could get very costly for the Oilers. Phil Kessel's name was also a focal point of discussion on Oilers Now today. Stauffer mentioned Kane and Kessel nearly non-stop, and where there's smoke, there's definitely fire. Let's not forget, Duncan Keith is coming back in a player development role, and no doubt telling his buddy Kane that the Oilers would be a great fit. Another trade possibility I wanted to look at is acquiring defenseman Carson Soucy from the Seattle Kraken. Channel supporter Jesse Puljujärvi put out a suggestion of Tyson Barrie and a second-round pick for Carson Soucy. I know the P.K Subban rumor is out there, but I would be a lot more comfortable replacing Barrie with Soucy. Tyson Barrie has 2 years remaining at $4.5 million. Carson Soucy has 1 year remaining at $2.75 million. Soucy put up 21 points in 64 games played last season and was a +7 on a bad Kraken team. He would be an excellent asset to bring in. The trade also gives the Oilers an additional $1.75 million in cap space, which they desperately need right now. Would the Kraken do the deal? Soucy is a UFA, so unless they plan to extend him, I think it's possible. Lastly for today, Bob Stauffer also mentioned on Oilers Now that he could see the Oilers targeting UFA defenseman Ben Harpur as a 7th D-man who could come in on a 1-year, $750,000 deal, likely two-way. Harpur brings nothing in the way of offense, but he's big, 6'6", 222 pounds, and could provide some valuable depth. Stauffer insisted several times today that the Oilers are not done. With Calgary adding Nazem Kadri today, you can argue that they are even better than last year. The Oilers have to come back with a strong answer of their own. I'd like to see them add a top 4 defenseman and 2 top 9 forwards between now and the trade deadline. It won't be easy, and cap will need to be cleared to accomplish it, but I think these are the moves needed to put the Oilers over the top. Well, that's all for now, guys. What do you think? Should we put all this Patrick Kane talk to bed? It was downplayed before, but his name just keeps coming up in oil country. You have to think there's something there with Patrick Kane for sure. What kind of trades would you like to see the Oilers pursue? We know they have to clear cap space to make it happen, but who would you like to see them out on the blue line up front? Like I said, 2 top 9 forwards for me, another top 4 defenseman. The top 4 defenseman could just be someone who comes into the trade deadline and is a UFA at year's end. Just somebody to augment that defense. It looks better this year, but I think come playoff time, it's going to need another infusion. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. If this is your first visit to the channel and you like what you see, please consider liking and subscribing for all the latest Oilers content. You've been watching the Oilers Fanatic. Thanks for being a fan. Take care, guys. I'll see you soon.